It was a very spring-like day out there, lots of marine layer, and then it burned off, and we saw some sky. Let's turn over to Sean Quinn. Now, Sean, you say this is very typical of this time of year.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit early and a little stronger than what we're used to. That's why I used the term already. Can you believe it? I said June gloom earlier in the show, and that's because the strong onshore flow, again, looking kind of spring-like out there, which is normal, but maybe just a little bit overly exuberant with the cloud cover being a little bit thicker, longer through the day. Deep marine layer out there, slow clearing and cool, but we're going to change that just a little bit the next maybe day or two, and then we're going to turn it around again and go the other way with showers likely by next week, by about late Wednesday or perhaps even through the midday of Wednesday going into Thursday. Areas to the north of Point Conception, that would be northern Santa Barbara, we'll likely see some water falling out of the sky, and we'll go ahead and take it, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Right now, seeing some widespread 50s out there, lower 60s, really not that far off what our afternoon highs were today, and that's because of that thick cloud cover across the region, keeping things pretty socked in. You can see up and down most of California, that offshore flow that we've been so used to this winter just really kind of backed off the last couple of days, and now we're getting more of that ocean influence. Although you'll notice right there, if you're patient throughout the day, we do get the clearing by the afternoon. And again, that's typical of the marine layer. Now, the next couple of days, we're going to see the marine layer weaken just a little bit. It's going to pull offshore just a bit as we see a ridge of high pressure kind of work its way in. But then over my shoulder by late Tuesday going into Wednesday and Thursday, this is our little late season storm system, which will likely bring some rain to our region. More than likely, though, areas to the north of Santa Barbara will be expecting to see perhaps 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. South of that, though, it looks like it might be a little spottier in nature, and maybe even some areas will stay dry. It just looks to stay a little bit too far to the north to give us significant rainfall up and down the 3-county region. Now, overnight tonight, 50s, a few 60s out there, as you can see. For tomorrow, we'll try to warm things up. Perhaps that marine layer will back off just a little bit quicker than what we saw today. So if you were at the beach and you were wondering where all the sunshine was, well, tomorrow maybe it'll just be a little bit better getting to you by, say, the mid-afternoon rather than the very late afternoon, which is exactly what we saw for a lot of areas today. So kind of a slow clearing regime, maybe even a little bit of drizzle for the early morning hours for some of those areas where the marine layer gets really thick. West swell in the channel about 2 to 4 feet. Water is actually not doing that bad. High 50s to very low 60s up and down the entire region. Not a lot of swell out there, but there's some surf if you know where to look. Mostly cloudy conditions will turn warmer and mild by Monday and Tuesday, and then that slight chance of rain for Santa Barbara. Now, again, northern Santa Barbara County, as you can see right here for San Luis Obispo, and then down into Santa Maria. It looks like a slam dunk as far as some showers by about Wednesday going into early Thursday, but again, it'll probably be very light in nature, so perhaps maybe a 20 to 30% chance of rain for those areas to the south, a little bit better, but overall rain totals probably not exceeding about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for just about all areas. And again, we'll finish with Ventura. You can see just about a 20% chance of rain. So good news is maybe we'll get a little bit more water in the mountains. We're definitely not going to have to worry about, say, fires with that, because that really kind of backs off the red flag conditions, which I have a feeling this year we're going to be hearing quite a bit about once we get toward summer and next fall. So
okay, we need more rain then.
We'll take it. We'll take it. No complaints.
Thanks for that, Sean. There's a new movie in the works about a blogger who